All right, folks, welcome back to the Crisis Report. This is your alert for October 10th, 2025. We're going to get right into it. We're brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals. We appreciate you being here. Hit the like button, do the subscribe thing, darken out the bell. Try to help the channel because the channel will never be helped by the platform. Thank you. Peru's President Dina Boluarte is impeached and removed from office. Congress President Jose Jerry has been sworn in the country's interim president until elections in April 2026. Maria Corina Machado, the Venezuelan opposition leader, has won the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. Canterbury Cathedral unveils the, quote, Hear Us graffiti art installation, end quote, focusing on partnering with marginalized communities, Punjabi, Black, Brown, Diaspora, neurodivergent, rainbow groups, and all that. Sure it'll go over well. U.S. and Qatar signed a deal to open a Qatari Air Force facility in the U.S. and Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. Vladimir Putin says the Nobel Prize has completely lost its credibility after failing to award it to Trump. Ukraine's energy minister says that Russian airstrikes have severely damaged the country's energy infrastructure as reports emerge of widespread power outages and water supply disruptions in the Kiev region following the drone attack. J.P. Morgan now requires employees to provide biometric data to enter its new headquarters. Venezuela's Maduro secretly offered the United States access to oil, gold, and minerals, saying he was willing to cut ties with China, Iran, and Russia to avoid conflict, but the Trump administration rejected the proposal. Tech billionaires seem to be doom prepping. Smart people are. Tens of thousands of Palestinians are returning to northern Gaza after a ceasefire has taken effect as Israeli forces have begun to withdraw. Spain says it's committed to NATO after Trump's expulsion threat. CENTCOM has confirmed that the Israeli Defense Force completed the first phase withdrawal to the Yellow Line at 12 p.m. local time. 72-hour period to release the hostages has begun, according to Wyckoff. 6.3 magnitude earthquake has struck Mindanao, Philippines. White House Director of Communications statement on the Nobel Peace Prize states, President Trump will continue making peace deals, ending wars, saving lives. He has the heart of a humanitarian, and there will never be anyone like him who can move mountains with the sheer force of his will. Nobel Committee proved that they placed politics over peace, end quote. Both President and First Lady will make announcements later today. Netanyahu told opposition leaders of the current decision is very bad for the state of Israel in the future, but there is no option left. Trump has stated that China is becoming very hostile, threatening export controls on rare earths and more, trying to hold the world captive. The U.S. will respond strongly, including tariffs on Chinese products. We will never let China dominate global trade, he said. Full humanitarian annexed clauses of the Gaza agreement are as such. 1, 608 trucks will enter daily. UN-approved international organizations from the private sector. Trucks will include food, medical supplies, shelter, equipment, fuel, and cooking gas. Truck movement will be free from the south of the Strip to the north along two routes, Salah al-Din and al-Rashid. Gazan residents will be allowed to leave Gaza for Egypt through the Rafah crossing under the same mechanism as the January 2025 agreement after Israeli approval. Under inspection and supervision by a European Union delegation, there will be no limit on the number of people leaving Gaza for Egypt. First time since October 7th, Gazan residents who left the Strip will be allowed to return from Egypt to the Gaza Strip. Return of the Gazans will begin only after a mechanism is formulated with the Egyptians, and then the criteria scope and the entire process will be determined. Two important things to take from this. Number one, Israel controls the tap of those entering and exiting, and there is no restriction on leaving Gaza via the Rafah crossing. Number two, this could be the beginning of a voluntary migration for Gazans. Pavel Durov, the Telegram founder, has a note for everybody so you understand just how precarious things are with your freedom and why these people need to be crushed and who they're trying to take away our rights. Said our generation is running out of time to save the free internet built for us by our fathers. What was once the promise of free exchange of information is being turned into the ultimate tool of control. Once free countries are introducing dystopian measures such as digital IDs, online checks, and mass scanning of private messages, like in the UK, Australia, and EU. Germany is prosecuting anyone who dares to criticize or persecuting anyone who dares to criticize officials on the internet. UK is imprisoning thousands for their tweets. France is criminally investigating tech leaders who defend freedom and privacy. A dark dystopian world is approaching fast while we're asleep. Our generation risks going down in history as the last one that had freedoms and allowed them to be taken away. We've been fed a lie. We've been made to believe that the greatest fight of our generation is to destroy everything our forefathers have left us: tradition, privacy, sovereignty, free markets, free speech. By betraying the legacy of the ancestors, we've set ourselves on a path toward self-destruction, moral, intellectual, economic, and ultimately biological. So no, I'm not going to celebrate today. I'm running out of time. We are running out of time. On that note, I've got little children, and to anybody that will try to take away the freedoms that I have from them, you're going to FAFO. Trust me. Trump wants to ban Chinese airlines from Russian airspace. Trump is pushing to block Chinese airlines from flying over Russia on routes to and from the U.S., arguing the shortcut gives them an unfair advantage over American carriers. DHS reports that the foreign-born population of America has decreased by 2.2 million since the inauguration. The socialist mayor in Germany, in Derdek, I forget the name of it. Anyway, this is the German lady mayor that got stabbed by her 17-year-old. She was tortured by her with knife and fire. She barely survived, and that was for hours. The girl is now 17. There's no available pic of her, and she has not gone to prison. At the same time, Germans are going to jail for memes. United States Senate just voted against allowing a debate on the War Powers Act resolution as President Trump considers expanding strikes in the Caribbean against narco smugglers, cartels, and potentially targeting the Maduro regime. And United States District Judge April Perry has ruled that the Trump administration's deployment of federalized troops with the Texas National Guard to Chicago violated the 10th and 14th Amendments, as well as the Posse Comitatus Act, granting a temporary restraining order to prevent the further deployment and or mobilization of Texas Guardsmen to assist with federal operations in Illinois. Friends, Pavel Durov's message is incredibly important, and don't forget it. And yes, they are trying to put a digital panopticon around us. I've recognized it for years, and the channel is built on fighting that. That's why we do the crisis report, so you have as much information as possible, regardless of whatever the implications may be. We're brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals. Please check them out. There's a link in the description if you would like to turn your IRA or 401k into gold and silver. Highly rated, Better Business Bureau, and they will take you through it. Link in the description. Other than that, friends, hope you have a wonderful weekend. This is your Crisis Report Alert. We'll have more tonight. God bless. Have a great day.